Oh, excuse me, but that's pretty much how I felt during this entire episode of Grimm, also known as Grimm Season 4, Episode 7, The Grimm Who Stole Christmas. What was going on with this episode? Nick gets his powers back, and they go into a Christmas-themed episode with little... whatever they are. Like, it's awful. In Season 2, we got a Grimm Christmas episode, and in Season 4, clearly, we get a Grimm Christmas episode. And in this episode, it was probably one of the worst approaches I've ever seen to crime, horror, and Christmas all wrapped together. And I'm a very big fan of this show. I like everything about it. Normally I find the writing really engaging. I find the acting to be great. And that was honestly what saved this episode, is just the acting, because the plot was bad. I did say in one of my other reviews that I like that Grimm is now taking the approach to bringing in other cultures to make more Vesson. And I think that's a really good idea with Grimm. However, I'm just not feeling this episode. It was Christmas themed. It was boring. The name is so long, like even Monroe can't pronounce it. Now, what I did like about the episode was what we get with our main characters, not so much this crime. And the crime was pretty much the whole episode, and just its resolution was lame. The way it came up was lame, and I didn't like it. It was lame. It was a thumbs down. And I'm sorry, Grimm writers, you guys are normally really good, and this episode was just not funny. But the Grimm writers were at least able to give us foreshadowing for a better episode. Now, we have Nick and Renard talking about their mothers, and that was foreshadowed for a while, but now Nick now knows, and Renard is telling Nick. I like that, and hopefully we will get that Kelly and Elizabeth confrontation really soon. Then we have Monroe and Rosalie, and I really like seeing Monroe chilling in his house, because he's really into Christmas, and you know how it's really decorated. And Wu. I had been saying for a while that Wu will be introduced into the Vesson world, and from the way this episode is foreshadowed, and from the preview for next week, it really looks like he will be into the Vesson world because of the Chupacabra episode. And the Chupacabra is a Mexican legend, so they're going from Greek to Mexico, which is really cool, so bringing in more cultures. I like that. It's not being Greek or just centrally European, which is really cool, so I'm looking forward to the next week's episode. But honestly, I don't have too much more to say about the way this particular episode was done. I didn't like it. It's boring. If you're a fan of Grimm, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I was upset that we didn't even get to see any of Claire Coffey as Adeline at all. I don't really think she would have fit into this episode, but we could have had like some sort of flash to Vienna really quick. But honestly, little kids become creepy troll-like elves. Demonic-like elves. Not even troll-like elves. They become troll-like elves because of a weird genetic dysfunction that happens once in a blue moon. And they hate Christmas, and the only way to stop them is a fruitcake. Now, Monroe did make a joke about the fruitcake, which was funny, but that's what saved the episode, was the acting. Alright, I did forget one big important thing, and I'm embarrassed to say it so late into the review. Trouble and Josh were actually kind of teaming up and trying to figure out what's going on with these Vesson who are after Monroe and Rosalie, and Bud is there too. And Bud's really funny, so seeing him was a good thing as well. And I'm glad that they had Bud, Trouble, and Josh off to the side while the other bad crime plot was going on, because like I said, I just didn't like it. And now at the end of the episode, Josh wants to go home. He doesn't want to be on the run anymore, and Trouble is leaving. So Trouble isn't going to be in the show anymore because Nick's a Grimm. Trouble's gone now. What do you guys think about that? Do you think they'll do flashes between Portland and Philadelphia where Josh lives, or do you think they'll just leave Trouble alone maybe till the finale? I'm curious, because now the Chavez thing seems kind of over. But overall, episode was okay, watchable, not repeatable in my opinion. Christmas themed episodes for horror shows always aren't so much fun. The Santa episode was really enjoyable with Grimm, but not this one. I'm sorry. So let me know in the comments below what you thought about the episode if you disagree with me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are watching this will disagree with me about this. Tell me why you disagree. I'm curious. So thank you for watching the review, guys. I appreciate it. And click the subscribe button down there. I always appreciate the subscriptions, and I will be doing Grimm next week. I have Once Upon a Time Sunday, and if you're an anime fan, I have a Sailor Moon Crystal episode on Saturday, which is tomorrow. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.